It's Andrew Schatkin show time. Andrew, what's going on? You have an interesting
Okay,
topic
this
today.
is the deal, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, this show is a politically incorrect show. We're not interested in political rhetoric, not interested in media hype, media lies, and media falsehoods. I don't want to waste my time. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste your time or waste your minds, that your valuable gray matter that can get at the facts and the truth, and not waste your time with political rhetoric. So tonight I'm going to talk about love. And this is a word that today is bandied about a lot. If you notice it, it's all in the popular music. It's in visions and in pictures. And people look for love in all kinds of places. They're desperate to find love, Neil. Let's get it down to it. There's a lot of lonely people in this world
They're
today.
definitely not because they couldn't settle for what they wanted in love.
I don't know, but they're looking in bars. They're looking in bookstores for simple human companionship. And sometimes they even go to online to find somebody. And that indicates to me the problem in our society that people can't meet an adequate person through normal channels. They have to go
Because of the
online to find
pandemic. Because of the
somebody.
pandemic, Andrew.
Well, I mean, that was before the pandemic. People were going online. This is an alienated society, Neil, big time. And we talk. Usually when we talk about love, we talk about romantic love. And I have to say that I'm a fan of romantic love. And if you go to the black and white pictures in the 40s and 30s, the society was still geared to romantic love. It has its origins in the Middle Ages, and it's the ideal of marriage and courting somebody. And unfortunately, I have to say that the feminist movement, which I fully agree that women should have full employment opportunities, I have no issue with it. I have no prejudice against anybody's sex or sexual orientation or race or anything like that. I don't believe in that. It's nonsense. And I'm a Christian and I judge people on their worth as human beings, not on their race or sexual orientation or sex. But unfortunately, the feminist movement, in its emphasis on total equality of the sexes, has unfortunately, Neil, destroyed
Right.
the romantic movement. It's gone. Uh,
It is.
it's
Yeah.
all about sex today, huh? Not about
I mean,
romance.
because, but see, I think more today now, after during the pandemic than it was before the pandemic.
I think it's been this way for a long time. The movies show picture go in bed with each other. In the 40s and 30s, they were courting each other carefully and adroitly and in a romantic fashion that is gone today from our society completely. Um, However, let's take a look at the kinds of love. Mostly when people talk about love, they talk about romantic love, and that's one kind of love.
Right.
It is one form of love, and it has to do with marriage and courtship, which is fine. But that is not the only form of love. It's one form of it. And actually, romantic love under its surface is a sexual attraction, really, masked under romantic terms. But I'm all for romantic love. I like the books that portray romantic love. I love C.S. Lewis's great book, The Allegory of Love, in which he
Right.
traced the history of love. C.S. Lewis is one of my idols. He's a extremely bright person. Or was a very extremely bright person. And ladies and gentlemen, please read C.S. Lewis if you want to know about love. His great book, The Allegory of Love, which he traces the courtly love tradition and romantic love tradition in our society, which lasted until 1930 or 40, and now it's been cast out into the garbage can and replaced by casual sexual liaisons. However, there's other kinds of love. I think that one of the best ones is love of friendship. Friendship is sharing equally. It is
Right.
where people meet on an equal basis and come to know each other, not in a sexual fashion, but in the fashion of friendship. I think friendship is one of the great loves. I'm all for it. I love it. It's something that I embrace and like. I like having friends. Like having sharing with people, not really pushing them into bed, which is not particular. I don't particularly. It's a particularly helpful lifestyle. I think it's a waste of time. I think you're ruining your mind and messing yourselves up by this extremely inadequate lifestyle, which is what people embrace today. They've been told by the media this is what you should be, jump into bed. Okay, You know, that wasn't the culture, as you know. If you look at the movies of the 30s or 40s, that was not our culture. And in fact, if you look at the Broadway songs and shows of the 30s and 40s, Younger Than Springtime, songs like that, those were songs of romantic love. And that they were not sexual, they were not yelling rap. They were talking about Younger Than Springtime, and I'm in love with a wonderful guy. These were the culture in those shows of the 30s and 40s.
Andy's
Those were
Andrew, you're
great.
talking the 30s and 40s. You kidding me?
What is wrong? Now, let's not get confused by people who reject the past as a valuation system.
The
I
past would
believe
be the
the
70s
past.
and
I
70s.
look at the past. I read old books, and I know they contain great truths. I don't think that rap and pop music are particularly helpful commercial enterprises. They're wasting my time. They're wasting yours. I think they're terrible, really, and they ruin people's minds. If they have any minds after they listen to them. There's also other kinds of love. There's love between siblings, sisters, and brothers. That's based on affection. This is another kind of love. So we got the loves of romantic love. We have sexual erotic love. We have the love between siblings, brothers and sisters, and between friends. And then we have the love between dogs and cats, and even pets. We can love our pets and have a loving relationship.
Right.
And we can also love nature. This is a form of love. So we're all dealing with not just jumping into bed love, but other kinds of love, which are quite have as much value and much to offer. And I want to correct this, ladies and gentlemen. There is a movement in our society for some time. Hopefully, it will die. I would sincerely hope so. Rejecting past literary work and past ideas. I don't reject the past. I reject people who don't think straight. And the past may have thought better and more adequately in many areas than today. Uh, there was a great deal of concern with philosophy in the past. Bertrand Russell, John Dewey, etc. These people are not even thought about today. Too bad. They ought to start thinking about them. As a matter of fact, we ought to start all of us thinking a bit and not really determining what we should be and think about from some kind of media nonsense or bullshit, frankly, if I may use that horrible term, but that's what it is.
Okay, so
The
Schatkin,
media are concerned with making money from themselves. That's all. And that's why they project these images that they want people to buy things. So they want you to be like, they want you to buy the clothes on People magazine. They want you to buy the clothes on Esquire. That's not the real world. The real world is love, is real love between brothers and sisters, between friends, between husband and wife. That's the real meaningful world.
okay.
And then there's the final love, the love of Christ and God. This is the greatest of loves, and it brings us together in a way that is not possible through superficial thinking, such as what I just suggested. So I'm just talking about love. Let me clarify what love is. I am not a person, believe me, I'm inadequate as a person, ladies and gentlemen. I know it. As a Christian, I know I'm in sin. I'm aware of it. I'm not happy about it, but it's true because of my selfishness and self-love and self-concern. Yes, that's me.
Okay.
And that's all of us, unfortunately. But love is giving. Love is offering. It is not taking. Children think that they think love is what they get from their parents. That's the love of a child. That's love of an undeveloped person. Love is about giving. It's about sharing. It's about giving. The love of God is very great, I believe, as a Christian. Jesus gave up his life because of his great love for humanity. He gave up his life on the cross. So I believe, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to believe this. You can believe anything you want. You can believe what the media tells you. I frankly don't want to waste my time with that. They have nothing to say to me about love. The only thing they have to say to me is how they want to make money from us and fool us to spend money. Uh, so we have to understand that the reality of love is where we give love to other people, not getting love from other people, but giving love to other people. That requires a particularly developed intellectual and spiritual developed person who understands that love is not the love of a child, it's the love of a person who gives love. And that is God. If you believe in God, you don't have to. You can be an atheist. That's fine with me. I have no issue with it. But God gives his love to people. He doesn't take love from people. He offers it. He wants to give it to you. And the image of Jesus on the cross is God giving love to humanity and sacrificing himself for humanity. Real love. You want to know what real love is, Neil? It's sacrifice for other people. It's not thinking about yourself. Love is not the self-adulation and self-love that our media presents as an ideal. These concepts waste my time. And I can only say that, yes, I believe in love because I believe it in the forms that I've just defined. I don't believe it's a sexual liaison. I think that is not love. That is lust.
Okay. So
That is
Schatkinshow.com.
lust, sir. And that's a fact.
That's correct.
And
So,
I don't particularly, I'm not geared to basing my life on lust, which the
Okay.
media suggests to me as a lifestyle. Sorry, don't buy it. When you read the Bible and you read the Psalms, you're talking about people, a God who offers love to us. He wants to give us his love. And
the Schatkin
that is the image of Christ, giving love, not taking it.
Okay.
And kids, a child takes love. An adult who understands love offers and gives love to people, perhaps not even expecting a return. That's my opinion. I've given my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. That's it.
All right. Schatkinshow.com for more
Hope
information.
you've enjoyed it because
And
it's
check
the
out
truth.
Schatkinshow.com. Take care, guys.
Okay, take